Ladies and gents, welcome back. When public sentiment got back to Ottawa saying that the average Canadian believes that Justin Trudeau has spent too much money, he replied with, and I quote, "Hold my beer." Here he is. Justin Trudeau splurges $100 million on radical gender ideologies or ideologues. This is from the Counter Signal. Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, continues to lavish gender radicals who vote for him with hard-earned money of Canadians at every opportunity. This time, Justin Trudeau announced $100 million of taxpayer investment into the pockets of radical LGBTQ groups pushing gender nonsense onto children. He claimed the hefty funding would help fight discrimination. This will guide our ongoing work to fight discrimination, break down barriers to advance rights, and build a future where everyone in Canada is truly free to be who they are and love whom they love, said Trudeau over the weekend. I didn't realize that you're not allowed to love who you want to love in Canada. As far as I was concerned, everyone's free to do that already. Didn't take $100 million. The plan is titled Canada's First Federal 2S LGBTQI Plus Action Plan. The acronym keeps changing. If you weren't familiar with this one, now Two-Spirit is the lead of the, or I don't know, whatever that means. 75% of the funds will be distributed to community organizations peddling diversity, inclusion, and other far-left concepts. Another $5 million would be put towards public awareness to propagandize Canadians to accept gender ideology. Various LGBT groups in Canada have pushed for medically induced child gender transition, which could permanently impact minors. These are processes that would sterilize the people who take these transition medications. This is not reversible stuff by any means. According to one physician, trans youth surgeries are becoming too common, and the rate that they are occurring needs to be reassessed. Let's slow down and make sense of what's going on, said Dr. Joey Bonifaco. All of these decisions concerning social, medical, and surgical transitions, these are big decisions. They deserve the time. They deserve the respect that's needed. Bonifaco is an expert in gender identity at St. Michael's Hospital in Toronto. His comments come after a group of UK residents launched a class action lawsuit against the Tavistock Clinic. I think this is going to be one of the largest medical negligence scandals of all time, he said. The lawyer representing the complaints, Thomas Goodhead, the National Health Service, NHS, reviewed the clinic's operations and shut it down this year. I think it's going to be one of the largest medical negligence scandals of all time, said lawyer Thomas Goodhead, who leads the class action lawsuit, reads the NHS review. Now, even Tucker Carlson chiming in on this whole embarrassment of what Trudeau and his policies have been. Here he is chiming in on this.
Remember the famous Canadian healthcare system they were so proud of? Well, it's completely falling apart, along with a lot of other things in that country. Emergency rooms closing all over Canada. One emergency room physician in Toronto just told the Globe and News that Canada's healthcare system, quote, has already collapsed. And it's not the only thing that's collapsing. The Canadian economy is in deep trouble. 1 in 5 Canadians now report going hungry because of inflation. Thankfully, they've got Justin Trudeau on the scene, and he's got a plan. He announced just the other day he's going to deal with Canada's biggest problem, and that, of course, is Two-Spirit Eskimos. They're facing a lot of discrimination. And to rectify that, Trudeau announced that Canada will invest $100 million in a, quote, historic action plan for something called, and we're quoting, the 2S LGBTQI plus communities. Those communities are hurting, not that Justin Trudeau can identify who they are exactly. Here's part of his announcement.
Since day one, our government has been committed to protecting the rights of two-spirit, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, and additional sexuality and gender diverse people.
Did you get that? Did you catch all of that? The acronym is getting longer all the time. I'll just let it play.
Remember when liberals used to say, we don't care about your sex lives, we don't care who you sleep with? You kind of never imagined when they were saying that they'd be awarding tax dollars to people on the basis of who they sleep with. Really? We should also note that Justin Trudeau spelled out all of those words. The acronym LGBTQ+ has given him some trouble before because, like everyone else on planet Earth, he has no freaking idea what it means. Here he was in September.
I will never apologize for standing up for an LGBTQ2+ kids' rights.
You can imagine him practicing in the mirror. But no one told him what the letters stand for because, again, nobody knows. And the acronym has since grown. It's now 2SLGBTQI+. And if you don't know it, you're a bigot because they're getting $100 million for some reason, even though we can't identify them and no one knows what a two-spirit is, but shut up. How much of that money is coming from the truckers whose bank accounts Trudeau seized?
Good question. Now that the funny part about that whole clip was him laughing at not being able to pronounce the acronym because we know this is a grift. We know that he doesn't actually care about these communities. This isn't really what's going on. It's about buying votes. It's about buying. He's campaigning. He's campaigning for the next election in this time. And buying votes is exactly the liberal strategy. Get into power and then spend tax dollars on groups that you can influence. You can peddle your influence through by giving the money. And that's really all this is about. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Leave a comment. Can you remember the acronym? The current rendition of the acronym of the alphabet people that are so important in our society these days? Goodness, this is crazy. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. We'll see you in the next video. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel, and hit that notification bell. It lets you know when I go live. We'll see you in the next video. Keep on trucking.